From the front lines of your business to the heart of your home, we're building a legacy that lasts. You're locked into the Fam Boss frequency with Chris Black. To join the conversation, call the line at 855-4-podcast. Chris wants to hear what you have to say. Get your voice on the air and let's move the needle together.
Welcome to the Friday show, the Fan Boss Frequency. My name is Chris. I'm your host, and if you made it to today, you made it to Friday, at least in my world, but I'm sure it'll be Friday one day in your world too. So thanks for joining us today. I hope you've enjoyed the other shows that we've had recently. I hope you enjoyed the little trip down memory lane yesterday with the old guerrilla marketing deal. It's funny. I hadn't thought of that in a very long time, but when I get together with certain people, especially folks I worked with years ago, I'm like, man, life has changed quite a bit. And that all happened before either one of us were married and had kids. So, now we're fathers and whatever. So anyway, it was fun to share. So before we get into the headlines today, I want to talk to my fleet owners for a second. I want to talk to my people who have people in the field, people who are responsible for talking to other people, and people who are the people of the people. So now that we've got the people out of the way, if you're still using cell phones and apps and texting and all that to kind of manage your folks, you can do that, I guess. But there's a lot of problems that come into that. And in the state of Alabama, you're not supposed to text and drive, although I see people do it all the time. Having a telephone in your hand is, pretty much illegal in most states now. And if you're in a DOT operated environment like a big rig, dump truck, wrecker, the whole nine, they don't like to see phones in hands. And the one thing that I know, I ran a tow truck company for a long time. I got to talk to my people, and things change on the fly. So if I'm going to mile marker 27 out in the middle of nowhere, and that changes, like they're not at mile marker 27, they actually made it to the next exit, and they're at the gas station, I need to know that. So Freedom Bundle here gives us the best option of push to talk over cellular. So you get the nationwide coverage of your cell phone, but you get the benefits and the use of a two-way radio. You can talk to one-to-one, one-to-many, one-to-all. There's so many ways you can set these things up. Even if you got 2 or 3 people, they work really well for that. And here's the beauty part. When I key up and talk to my folks, I tell everybody the same thing the same time at one time. Makes my life so much easier. So if you'd like to schedule a demo, we're doing demos. We'll show up and show you what we got, and you can use our stuff and see how you like it. But visit DCCIpro.com. That's right, you're professionals in the radio business. DCCIpro.com. Check out our radios, check out our offerings, and give us a call at 855-DCCI-PRO for more information to schedule a demo. So now that we've got all that good stuff out of the way, and I figured, for me it's Friday. I don't know what it is for you guys, but it is Friday for me. I thought I would share some headlines, some things that I'd seen over the course of the week. So, I'm one of those guys that I'm on the internet like everybody else these days. And, I just kind of figured that, it'd be fun to share some of these things. But I guess the most outrageous thing is when I find something that traverses my industry, I like that even better. So the first one's going to take us all the way to the big state of Utah, where a police department uses AI to write reports. So apparently the officer was wearing a body camera, and the AI's job was to watch the body camera footage and to make an assumption and write the report and be super accurate, because that's what we do. Well, the AI watched the body camera video where the Princess and the Frog was playing in the background, and it officially reported that the officer, quote, shape-shifted into a frog. I don't know really what to say to that. And if that's an official court document and I'm a judge in that particular situation, I'm going to read through that and just, we're going to have to do something else. Like, I can't believe that anybody would actually put this together in an official report. So maybe we have some work to do still. AI is great with a lot of things. We use it in our industry with our video quite a bit, but that ain't it. So let's move on to the next one. All right. A diver in Australia found a heavy locked safe on the ocean floor. And if you're like me, you've seen a lot of people pulling up little magnets and so forth, all this cool stuff, except when they find a pew pew and they have to call the local PD, and some PD officers are gracious and others are like, nah, we don't really want to deal with this. So he spent several days recruiting friends to earth this thing off the floor and bring it to land. And then he recruited friends and tools to crack this thing open. And he figured with the weight of everything and just, he just knew there had to be something excellent inside. And he got all the way to the point of cracking the safe open. He thought it was going to be something good. And he found that when it finally popped open, it was just a package of expired and very smelly, I'm sure, beef jerky. That's a loser if I've ever heard one in my life. I've seen the shows on where they like get storage lockers and so forth, and they like crack open the safes, and sometimes there's nothing in them. I think that's worse than finding nothing in them, because this guy thought he had something. Why would it be on the bottom of the floor and just have jerky in it? I don't know. So something noteworthy or newsworthy, if you're listening to this on the 19th of March, today is National Let's Laugh Day. But it's also National Poultry Day. I like it. I don't know who decided to put those two on the same day, but I thought that was kind of interesting. I was like, oh, what we got coming up? And I came across that and I said, well, that's fun. All right. So this is probably my favorite story, and you'll hear why, because, if you do what you're supposed to, things will work out. However, in China, a shopping center has recently decided they're tired of people smoking in their bathrooms, and they have come up with a way to get it all worked out. So, if you're hanging out in the restroom in China, in this particular shopping center, and the sensors detect smoke, the doors and the walls around this thing are apparently glass, and they turn transparent just to shame the smoker. So I guess if you're in there, handling business, smoking a cigarette, you'll be on display for all the world to see. So I've never really found myself in that particular situation. I used to be a smoker, and I just never had to smoke in someone's public bathroom. I'm sorry. I guess I just never thought of that. But in China, make sure you're not smoking in the restrooms. That's for sure. I don't know who came up with that either. I mean, I guess shaming somebody in the bathroom with a cigarette, why not? So those are our headlines for today. I hope you had a chance to listen to some of the other episodes this week. If you haven't, you can always go back to the previous week's podcast. We are launching a new website, thefamboss.com, where you can find everything about the show. We are going to have some cool products and things that are going to be offered there. We're going to have some exclusive content on thefamboss.com. As always, please like and share with a friend. Make sure that you're, giving us some love on the old Apple Podcast there, and Spotify likes when you leave comments and all the other fun things. And like I said, we're working really hard to try to bring you quality shows every single day except Sunday. That's the Lord's Day. But I've really enjoyed the feedback that I've been getting so far. The message line is hands down my favorite thing. I've had a few people this week reach out on the message line. I've gotten some funny comments on there that I may share on a future show, but I've also gotten some really good information as well. So that is 1-855, the number 4 podcast, the number 855. Spell out the word podcast with the number 4 ahead of time, of course. And to learn more about our products and services, you can always visit DCCIpro.com. We're the professionals in the radio industry at DCCIpro.com. And I hope you have a great weekend and enjoy the rest of your day.